So why Kilimanjaro then?
Well, I think it's one of the ones that is always stuck in the mind, you know, from a small boy. You know, storybooks, described as the roof of Africa.
Yeah.
And I think the fact that it is so difficult to get to makes it all the more challenging in that way.
Yeah.
This is obviously what I'd class as a major trekker's mountain, and from that point of view it's obviously within the reach of a lot of people. What would put this outside a lot of people's abilities is the fact that you do go up to almost 20,000 feet,
Yeah.
which is no mean achievement by anybody's standards.
I think it's as many as 40% of people turn back.
Before they actually get to the top.
Yeah.
The one thing that they obviously all underestimate is the altitude.
Yeah.
And it obviously just catches them by surprise.
How do you think we're doing so far then?
Well, I think the pace we're taking is exactly right. You know, poly, slowly, slowly. We must have heard that 1,000 times by now.
Yeah.
And it works.
Today's been not too difficult physically in terms of the walk, but when that cloud came in and the temperature suddenly dropped, I was struggling a bit. It was quite an eye-opener, considering that we've been so lucky with the weather before. The last couple of days have just been glorious. And we haven't quite had the views today, and it's felt a bit tougher. Physically though, I'm feeling stronger, and the highlight has definitely been the singing. The porters are such characters and they work so hard, but to see them enjoying themselves was terrific. There's a great team spirit building up. I think we all expected it to be incredibly tough, but tomorrow I think is going to be the real test, because over there is what we've got to climb. What are these extraordinary plants?
This is a lobelia, and then these are the groundsel, and they come in that sort of
Those
shape
big
there.
ones like a sort of pineapple?
Exactly, they're called groundsel, and all these, the lobelia and the groundsel, are indigenous to East African mountains.
So you actually don't see them anywhere else then?
Exactly, yeah.
Right. James, this is probably the only stream we've come across on the walk so far. It looks pretty freezing. There's even ice down there.
That's right, yes, it's very cold up here, certainly not bathing territory.
No. But I don't suppose we can delay it much longer. That looks a really daunting prospect, that sheer face that we've got to climb.
Well, it's not as daunting as it makes out. I mean, you can probably see some porters up there. They're preparing camp, and they're very much used to this terrain, so they can go a lot quicker, prepare camp for us. But it'll probably take us about an hour and a half. And we basically zigzag all the way up that mountain, so it's not a direct route.
Right.
Wow. Must be an easy way, Anna.
Whew.
Olympian.
You can see the camp actually from here. We've come quite a way. It's over there.
Oh yeah, it's quite a view.
Yeah. When we were down at the bottom looking up, I thought, no way I'm going to do that.
It's been quite enjoyable though, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's been great.
It's been a good bit of scrambling, hand over hand.
I'm hanging on by my fingernails at some points.
Well, I thought it was going to be worthwhile climbing up here, but look at the view.
Oh,
That's
no.
disappointing.
Can't even see the top.
The clouds come in quite heavy in the afternoons now.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a shame when a man can't have privacy in his bathroom, isn't it? Hey.
It seems to me like we're walking away from it, not towards it.
I've been pleasantly surprised because the route that we've actually taken, the Machami route, has basically done a south circular all around the mountain. It's been really good because it's given us a chance to get used to the up and down, climb high, sleep low. And we've actually had some really good views as we've come around the mountain. We've seen some quite good routes as well.
Yeah, they're brilliant.
So that's obviously why we're going round. We're going to head round to the Barafu hut and take that final ridge up. So we haven't actually seen our route up all the way round yet. Everybody underestimates how hard that last day is going to be. There's no question about it, you know, up at midnight and we won't get to the summit till 8 o'clock. That's going to be a struggle. And then we've still got to come back down. It's certainly not going to be that walk in the park, that's for sure.
That's where we turn off the south circular, then, is it?
That's right, yes, we turn up to Barafu camp.
Apparently the secret for the final assault to the top, when it's freezing cold, is layers of clothes. Well, it's midnight and the time's finally arrived when we're going to head for the summit. We have to leave in the middle of the night because we want to get there before the real heat of the day sets in, which means we should arrive by about 8 o'clock in the morning. Some of the porters are going to take the camp and all the rest of the kit down to the bottom of the mountain for us, and a few of them will come with us to carry our equipment. But for us, this really is the moment of truth. Let's delay no longer. Above the snowline in absolutely freezing conditions, there's only half the normal amount of oxygen, so progress is painfully slow. I can safely say that is probably the hardest thing I have ever done in my entire life. It's taken us 6 hours to reach Stella Point, which is here. We're still not at the summit. We're going to take a rest and then it's another couple of hours up to the snow-capped peak. There were times back there when I was ready to give up. It was pitch black, freezing cold. I never would have made it if it hadn't been for the other guys. But now that I've come this far, I'm determined to make it to the summit.
Yeah, yeah.
Tremendous. Excellent. Well done.
We've done it without you guys.
Oh,
Well done,
good.
Alpha. Brilliant, guys. Oh. Through it every step of the way.
That's good, Jim.
But exhilarating.
Brilliant. Pleasure meeting you.
Just look at that.
Brilliant.
Kilimanjaro, Kilimanjaro, Kilimanjaro.
I saw it was very good. We are very powerful, you know. We're very strong, really.
It was really good to see how people could delve down into the depths and still find a bit more energy and bring it back and get up there. Very satisfying to be part of that team.
We all had problems on the mountain, but we all got up there. It was a great success, and everyone really enjoyed themselves.
Having made it to the summit against the odds, the sense of achievement really is enormous. Climbing Kilimanjaro was truly a once-in-a-lifetime experience.
Do you mind going away now? I've got to do the rest of me.